Some may call him the Dreadlocks of Doom. I've never heard anybody call him that, but apparently that was his nickname in 2009. He is the only guy that I know that has gotten ejected from a football game in high school because he hit somebody too hard. It wasn't an illegal hit, but they ejected him because the guy was just too dangerous for the football field. My friend, the only reason before targeting,
invented targeting.
My friend, the guy the only reason I started at LSU is because he decided to go play football and gave me a month to go and figure out my stuff. My friend, Chad Jones. Welcome to the studio, Chad Jones.
What's going on, fellas?
Welcome. It took us a couple times. We had a little trial and error. We had some car issues. We had some last minute work stuff, but we got you in studio. Made the drive from New Orleans. What's going on, dude?
Man, hey, just glad to be here, man. Finally got a couple off days. Come hang out with the guys.
That's it. What are you doing now? Everybody's been asking me. Mm-hmm. I know what you're doing, but for everyone that doesn't know what you're doing, what have you been up to?
Man, everybody knows they had that big Airbnb boom that was stretched out across the country. So I hopped into that real heavy. Bought a couple properties in New Orleans, one in Houston. So running my own short-term rental business.
Nice. How's that going for you?
It's going pretty good, man. Business is back booming. Okay?
Booming. Business is booming.
That business is back booming.
COVID gave you a little hit with COVID.
Oh, man, wearing me out. You know, I'm out of pocket with mortgages 10, 13 months in a row, kicking my butt, man.
But hey, you back.
You got it.
You're back.
Rolling,
You're back.
Back rolling.
Obviously, everybody knows the story. You get signed, you get drafted, the car accident, and you go play baseball. And talk a little bit about what went into, how did you get through, not necessarily the football part, but how did baseball come back in your life? And, like, what did baseball do for you mentally and for yourself to just kind of get back up on your feet?
Man, let me start by saying this. If I had to do it all over again, man, I would have went the baseball route first.
Hey.
Okay.
Well,
like I said, it was just when I was trying to get back into football, actually re-signed back with the Giants. Got a Super Bowl ring out of that, so real happy about that. So 2 years of training, 2 years of rehabbing, working hard.
Because they said you were never going to walk.
Exactly. Like I said, I remember first day, I'm coming out of surgeries, doctors coming inside the office, me, my mom, a couple church friends as well, parents, was trying to figure out, hey, Doc, what's going on? He said, well, hey, Chad, let's not think about football, the sports in general at all right now. He said, let's just think about our health, let's thank God that, he's still alive, still on this side of the ground. But he's saying that I wasn't going to walk unassistedly again. And that's kind of what he left us, leaving out the room. And I'm looking at my family and looking at, people from the church or whatnot, and just saying, like, man, hey, I'm definitely going to be playing ball again, Like I said, because it couldn't even register to me, And like I said, and then right when I said it, I had a whole bunch of followers that followed me along and pushed me all the way through, So that was the first and last time that I have ever heard that, in my life. So, but yeah, man, just getting over those rigorous days of grinding, got me prepared to be able.
How long did it take? How long was that, like, the rehab part of it? Obviously, I know that it took a little while, but, like, what was the turning point for you when you're going through those tough rehab days? Because the beginning was probably the hardest. You go through it every day, and, like, you may not be able to walk, maybe not take 2 steps. Now you take 3 steps. Like, at what point did you get to that threshold and say, hey, I'm going to do this, is going to happen? Like, I see the progress. Man,
so now the rough stage, like I said, so first and foremost, I was in the hospital on my back for about a month and a half in the bed. Came back home, was on bed rest for another 6 months, 5 to 6 months after that. But man, like I said, the first year was basically hell for me, man. Like I said, I lost a lot of hope there. A lot of days going to training, no progress. No feeling in certain places on my leg. So a lot of things just weren't turning up on the right side of things. But I say about a year and a half's worth. Once I was able to truly get out of that boot and put a regular tennis shoe on. And start learning. By that time, I learned how to teach myself how to walk again. But man, about a year and a half after I got out of that boot, put a tennis shoe on, that's when things started changing.
And then you started running, you started doing it, and so you had some tryouts, with other teams, and you had to. I'm sure they said, you had to run the 40, you had to do all these things. What did you get your 40 time back down to? whenever you're in those tryouts?
So, of course, my target was to obviously want to come back to the way how I was going into the draft. But got realistic with myself, 2 years later, that wasn't going to be a true realistic possibility. But, I running 40s, and I was sub 5 when I first started running. And, and I never trained for one at that time. So I was actually a little excited once that happened.
Yeah.
But I actually wound up running a low 4.8. Low 4.8 at the time I was 240 pounds at that time, so I was thinking possibly sliding in that linebacker or anything like that. But man, it was just rough, bouncing around from teams. I had a workout with the Giants. They re-signed me. Was on the team long enough to get the Super Bowl ring. It was wonderful. Was on the sideline for that. Got released by them. Couldn't pass the physical. Did 2 more workouts, one with the Eagles. Everything was working all right. Everything lined up good. Was going to sign me on practice squad. Was like, hey, as long as I get a shot, get on the team, I should be all right. Same thing again, physical. Failed the physical. Yeah. Got close back home. Hey, Saints. Hey, what a chance would it be to work out and play for the Saints? Same type of deal. Physical. Wanted to sign me on a practice squad, but hey, couldn't pass the physical. So I saw that was a continuance of a thing with football, so it was hurting my dreams with that. That's kind of when I decided to kind of, call it quits, transfer my talents over from football to baseball.
So was that instant? The minute you stopped playing football, was it instant that you were going to play baseball, or did you, when you said, okay, I'm done playing football, did somebody reach out to you, like a scout or somebody, say, hey, you know what, Chad, let's see about this baseball stuff?
Man, throughout this entire stretch of me when I was getting back healthy, grinding to get back into football, people saw my video. I had a Always a Fire video, that came out through Yahoo Sports, and that was blasted on out around the country. So a lot of teams actually kind of reached out to me, was seeing if I was healthy enough. They were thinking about the wing, thinking about the left arm, because they did a little something in college. That was some
game time only.
Yeah, it. Game time only. Wow.
Game time only.
Wow.
Hey, Chad.
Game time
Chad.
only.
Chad, Coach said you need to throw a bullpen. He said, Chad's already dressed. He said, nah, tell Coach game time only.
Man, y'all bringing back so many memories. Oh
man,
yeah, game time only was definitely.
We're gonna get into.
Okay, we're gonna get there.
We're gonna get into the
but yeah,
stories.
but definitely.
I want people to know. I want people to know about your journey and how you got to it and how everything happened.
Heck yeah.
Wait. Did you just say that you'd never trained for a 40 before, and this is after the NFL draft?
Well, no. I'm saying this is after my car wreck. So
I knew that, but you got drafted before.
No,
right?
most definitely. I did big time training. Shout out to Rocky, the Alliance.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
He took good care of me, man. Took good care of me.
So you had teams reaching out.
Yes.
How much longer after you stopped playing football and decided, hey, football, I'm done with football? Mm-hmm. How much longer from that point till the time you got drafted? Like, what was that stretch of time?
Man, that's the weirdest part of the whole entire deal. From the time I made the decision to, I'm saying, so 2 months after that Saints workout, I was like, hey, let's figure this out. I see this as a continuance thing at football. I'm not even going to keep kind of work and grind for that. Let's switch it on over to baseball. So 2 months after the Saints workout, I'm training. I'm at Big Easy Sports Complex in New Orleans. Grinding, getting after it.
Did you work with a pitching coach or do anything, or was it all just you getting?
Yes, it has some people over there that they work with. I spent a little money so I can get that true attention that I needed, because I'm telling you, the draft was coming up in 4 months after that. So I had a small amount of time to get some workouts done. So I said 2 months later, I had a workout at Rummel High School, man. Rummel High School had about five,
Shout out
6
to the
teams.
Raiders.
Shout out to the Raiders. That's not might be the only time they'll get a shout out from me. But, shout out to the Rummel
Raiders. Made me think about Mike too. I'm like, Mike would be so salty.
The Raiders.
Yeah. Shout out to the Rummel Raiders. They let me use their field, man. Did a workout. Still had it, man. I hit 92 a couple times.
Hey.
That was
it's been how many years since then?
This is literally 5-6 years. From
5-6 years not picking up baseball.
It gets crazy.
This is about 5 years from not touching a baseball, man. Still got it. 90. Didn't go below 88. 88 to 93. So
the Black
was looking real good. Was looking real good. Actually had some teams was looking to sign me right then and there. Didn't want me to go through the draft process, but went through the draft. I found out that I was able to even do that.
Yeah, I didn't even know. How's that?
Man,
I didn't even know.
I didn't know that. I thought you were gonna have to sign as a free agent. I didn't even know.
I 100% thought the same thing.
So that's exactly what I thought as well. But coming out of college, I never signed. I never signed professional baseball contract. Got drafted out of high school to the Astros, didn't sign. Went to LSU, played ball there. Who drafted me? The Brewers, if I'm not mistaken, picked me up. Even after I went to the NFL, Brewers still drafted me just to have my rights, just in case. That fell off, and then found out I was draft eligible, and wound up getting picked up in the 9th round
by the Reds, right?
By the Cincinnati Reds. That would make my what? That was my 1, 2, 3. We got Houston Astros, Milwaukee Brewers, New York Giants. That's be my 4th time getting drafted, man. As a professional athlete,
So you got drafted by the Reds. Where'd you go from the minute you got drafted? Where's your first? They probably brought you to short season to start. To get your arms?
They popped me right there on spring training. Goodyear, Arizona. So got there. They wanted to make sure that I was all together more. So they took it real slow with me because I let them know that I was not in condition, to truly get the pitching already. So they housed me there for I say probably half the year. Actually made it out to Billings, Montana. I think that's A-ball.
Where did you get your velo up to at that point? Was it still about sitting like low 90s?
Yeah, like I said. So I was average. I was sitting right around that 90, 91. But got it up to 94 at times. It was real promising with that, But yeah, man, like I said, season ended real fast. I did a lot of training. Went to A-ball, did very well out there. So I was looking forward to a big year coming up next year, man. I was looking forward, but I had a good go my first year. Treated me like a true professional. That was surprising. The difference between football to baseball, man, it was amazing.
What was there ever a conversation about you playing baseball and football? I mean, not baseball. Being a hitter and a pitcher, or they just wanted you strictly on the mound? Man,
I'm telling you, the area scouts.
Because this man got a standing ovation in Omaha when he hit batting practice because he was hitting balls out of the stadium.
There's only literally the batting practice he took and the batting practice Matt Clark took the year before. Yep. Two of the more impressive batting practices I watch. I'm like, bro, what is going on?
Now, when you're in Omaha, the first day you get there's 20,000 people there for the team's practices.
Yes.
And so it's you're kind of nervous. This is exciting, nervous.
Definitely.
You're there. Chad goes up there. Chad probably hit 15 home runs in the round of batting practice, and balls were getting pummeled out of the stadium, and he got a standing ovation from the crowd.
Yeah,
What position does he play? He's a pitcher.
He's a pitcher now.
That only makes me think too about the conversation him and Leon had too. Either was that day or the next day on the field?
About what?
About whose dad would
whose dad would be each other's dad. And then you still have the flames on the ankles.
Still got the flames on the ankles, man.
Because him and Leon had a race. They had a race in Omaha, and Chad beat him, and Chad was flaming out the flames on his ankles.
Yep. So, hey.
But yeah, so they said that they just wanted you on the mound. Is that kind of what they said? Or?
Well, to be honest, like I said, my area scout, that he watched me ever since I was and heard about me since I was in middle school. He preached to them that, hey, this guy can actually hit. He can play in the outfield, et cetera, et cetera. But they were just so locked in with me being a pitcher, by what most people in their most recent memory was, at LSU.
Yeah, I mean nowadays the way baseball is now, they would have loved you to do both.
100% tried it.
Because back then nobody did both.
Wow.
Now they got a lot of guys trying to do both. They have guys in the big leagues doing both.
Yeah.
I don't even think that the Cincinnati League's minor league system knows that I can even do anything with a bat. I don't even believe
that's crazy.
That's crazy to me because you didn't come to LSU
because
as a pitcher.
We thought it was the other way around.
Yeah, you didn't come here as a pitcher. The only reason you pitched is because Coach Mary didn't have a lefty in the pinch. Hey, Coach, I can pitch.
There you go.
What do you mean you can pitch?
We'll get to that story after. Because the LSU story is hilarious.
Yeah. What you met your wife? You met your wife out in Arizona.
He just got somebody from Cincinnati.
Zoe.
Or your girl?
Yeah. I met Zoe. Yeah, met her on out there. Fell in love with New Orleans. She came on back. We named our daughter Nola.
Hey.
Daughter's Nola. She just made 6 with Chad.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
So we have people in the chat asking questions. They want to know: do you like baseball more than you like football, or did you think you were better at baseball than you were at football? Because
that's a great question.
That's a hard thing to ask because you were one of the best free safeties.
That's a great question
in college football.
Gotcha.
And so but I don't think people got to see how good you really were on the baseball field because football kind of took precedent at the time.
Correct, man. Well, coming up, ever starting off with anything with sports, baseball was always my thing. I loved baseball, loved the challenge of it. If anything, football was more so easy for me. Just being straightforward.
No, I love that.
I was big at my position, had the speed to do it, and had the God-given ability in the bloodline. Had some good blood in me. So, like I said, football always came easy to me. But man, I'm telling you, running outside on Tiger Stadium, my first game, Virginia Tech, 2007. It was a big game. I think we were ranked like number 3. Virginia was ranked maybe number 9.
That was the Keelan Williams game, right?
It was insane.
That was the Cam Chancellor game.
The Cam Chancellor game,
Story we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Cam Chancellor, Tyrod Taylor as well. Just coming out there, I remember running on the field. I just remember so much noise, and then getting on the field, he just got so much line into where it was just here flat line. Just having that experience, playing in front of Tiger Stadium. On the football field, that's what an experience. But I'm telling you, LSU baseball, me pitching, being on the mound, that is the most deepest and best memory that I have, sports-wise.
With Money on My Mind in the background?
Money
First
on
off,
my
but then
mind.
we're on it.
Wow.
Wait, time out. So, look,
Yes.
if we own it, how about you just go ahead and tell them, the whole situation of how you got to pitching? Because the way it went, you were a hitter. You were a hitter. You were an outfielder here.
Man,
it was
I
never really thought to be
Man,
that.
I was doing good,
Chad was
man.
fair catching fly balls in the outfield, everything.
Yes, everything.
Everything.
Man, it was just great, man. I was batting 5th in the lineup. His hitting pretty good. Getting on base, driving in runs. But we had new defensive coaching changes with football.
That's when y'all got Chavis, right?
Yeah, John Chavis. Yeah, I had Chavis come on in and had defensive coaching changes. So obviously I was on football scholarship. Coach McNary, not Coach McNary, Miles had to pull me on back, had to learn new defense, going to be a starting safety. Understood. Pulled me out on the field, had to go learn that, was gone for 2-3 months.
But
with that.
like 2 months.
Yeah, thank you, by the way.
Gone with
Appreciate
it.
that.
Hey,
Community, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Man, that was opened up a door for a young guy, come on in there in the outfield and, started off a little rocky, but I'm telling you, found his groove and became somebody.
That's what I'm talking about.
So Mikey Mahtook definitely took my spot the whole night. I'm telling you, when I got back to baseball, I'm like, hey, let's go. We rolling, we ranked, let's get it done. And Coach McNary saying, Chad, hey, it's we got a young kid out there, and he's doing just fine, Chad. He's doing just fine, and we're going to try to find a way to get you on in there. And I'm telling you, about 4 games passed, and I didn't see the field. So Coach Miles heard word of this. It was like, hey, well, since you're not playing or you're not starting, Chad, come on back to football. Basically, I'm saying, hey, he's trying to pull me off the field again.
Yeah.
So I'm back in Coach McNary's office. Like, hey, Coach, what's going on? Hey, I'm the team player, the whole 9, but like I said, gotta get on the field. What's up with me and Mikey rotating? Like Chad, once again, he's having an all-star year, man. He's doing this and he's doing that for our team. So what the best? We want your stick. We want your big stick on the field. So we're gonna put you in as our DH. So I'm like, you know what, Coach? I'm fine with that. Yeah. If I can hit every game, hey,
we good.
Dream job.
I'm good with that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dream job. So DH and everything is good, and then Miles still on my back. Chad, we don't see you in the everyday rotation. Me and we were rotating, man. Me and Gode were rotating at DH. So bam, I'm not in the lineup every day. Coach pulling me. Hey, Coach, Les Miles, hey, we got to get you back. We got some new things we're trying to put in still. We're trying to really do it this year. That's when we still had Ryan Perlew on the team. We trying to win that championship.
Forgot.
We trying to win that championship. So I'm understanding that, but I'm back in Coach McNary's office. Chad's the best we can do. Just so happened, our left-handed middle relief pitcher went down.
Please tell this part. This is the best part about it.
And like I said, hey, so we need a middle relief. Coach asking like guys, left-handed relief pitcher went down.
We're gonna have to figure this out.
Yeah, got to figure this out. So I'm just I'm looking at everybody. I'm like, I'm left-handed. Coach, I pitched. I pitched in high school.
It's legit how it was.
Hey, Coach, I can throw.
Drew,
What you mean you can throw?
Yeah, Drew, you saw me. I was in high school. We had a perfect game. You saw me pitch. I actually shook your hand. You remember that? You know what? Cool. You know, so we doing drills same day. I'm in the outfield. You know, towards the end of practice, you know, I think we're doing some batting practice or whatnot. You know, towards the practice, you know, Maneri, you know, P Money. You know, he called me up. Chad, you know, he said you pitch. You know, hey, let's go check you on out. Let's get you in the bullpen. You know, I'm like, yeah. Yeah, you know, smiling ear to ear. You know, like, yeah, let's do this. Definitely. This is, I would love to check this out. So
I've been waiting for this.
I'm just jogging on over there in the bullpen, you know, Gruy waiting for me, you know, pen and pad, whole nine. You know, pen pad, the whole nine, you know. But Gibbs in there. No, Gibbs at the time is over there shaking his hand. You know, I'm getting warm. You know, and I'm just, I haven't pitched in, you know, 3 years at this time. You know, 3 years at this time, but still loose, you know, from the outfield, because I had a cannon from the outfield. You know, can hit every bag. So get on the mound, you know, and I'm just warming up and popping the mitt. Everybody, you know, I'm paying attention in between pitches. Damn. I'm catching the ball, and every time I throw, everybody just staring at me. You know, like I said, I'm talking about, you know, everything stopped, batting practice. Even pitching coach turned on over to us, and just looking in there, and I'm just cruising in there, and I just hear Gruy on the walkie-talkie. Coach, get down here. You got to come see this. You know, you got to come see this. And, you know, see Palmer there. You know, still rocking. Still rocking, getting on there. Little wiggle, get on up there. And I'm telling you, you know, I'm 93, 92, and dotting up.
Painting. I'm talking about
dotting
any
up.
spot you want.
And it's just kind of going on slightly during practice, like towards the end of practice. So, like, I remember kind of seeing this. Go ahead. I'll tell the story like from a different vantage.
Yeah, towards the end of practice and whatnot, and you know, and coach said, "Hey, you got something else other than the fastball?" You know, I was like, "Yeah, I'm saying throw a slider." You know, let me see it. Pow, 79. Pow, 81, 82 sliders. Like, hey, you know, and Coach Maneri was like,
You've always been able to do this,
Johnson. You can pitch. He said, you can pitch. We really could use you. You know, so I'm like, hey, well, you know, like I said, I'm ready. You know, I'm ready when you are. You know, but I said, but coach, you know, I still would definitely like to hit. You know, I still would like to do that. You know, so I said, get me on back out there. You know, I'll run a little bit just through a bullpen. You know, get the arm loose again, get the blood flow going. But yeah, man, that was my first day. You know, I'm pitching, and after that, it was a little quiet. Didn't hear anything for about another week or so.
And then your first outing was against Auburn.
Yeah,
but before that, because he threw a simulated game like
you know
on the field.
I sure did.
So wait, the best part about it,
did.
I'll never forget this. I think it was me, maybe Blake Dean, maybe Sean, and maybe like one other player that was kind of in the lineup every day that coach like brought over to the side. So like at this point, I'm a junior, Chad's a sophomore, Mikey's a freshman. He like brought us over to the side and he was like, "Hey, we're gonna get Chad in there to throw a simulated game today. Any of y'all want to step in and hit?" And we all looked at each other and then looked at him like, and all of a sudden, hell no! No clue where this is going. He hasn't pitched it forever. So he ended up hitting like Johnny Deshaun. I think you hit against him.
No, it was Dozar, Deshaun, Nick Pontiff, Buzzy.
I don't think there was a bat that was hit. There might have been like one foul ball. Yeah. We got dudes diving out of the way of like just nasty sliders, and we were all like standing there like, what is going on?
Like, he was dominant. Like nobody sniffed him. And then coach was like, all right, we're going to try to get him in a midweek game. That's what he said. They're going to try to get you in a midweek game.
Right.
So we're expecting like you're going to throw against like Grambling or Alcorn State, someone that we play in the midweek game. We're playing Auburn, who has 100+ home runs as a team. And Chad comes in the middle of the lineup, and he has to face his first outing on Sunday with Money on My Mind playing in the background.
It's my walkout song for batting. And then they obviously, coach, seventh inning. Seventh inning, we got – seventh inning is 2 outs.
Well, I'm about to say before that, I mean, like, it was – so we were playing well, right? We had started playing well again. I don't remember if we were like – I don't remember. It was a Sunday game. I don't remember if we had one Friday and Saturday. Or if
we did. We were going for the sweep.
We're going for the sweep.
I got pinch bump for that game.
Okay, we're going for the sweep. It's the middle of their lineup that's pretty much coming up.
Yes.
And then Chad comes out the dugout going to the bullpen. I look over at Mikey in the outfield. I'm like, holy shit. I thought he said midweek game. Not right now.
Exactly. Like I said, I'm picturing a midweek game. And, so I'm like, okay, we Auburn. We got 2 wins. So I'm camping. I'm
Turfing.
I come but barely. Get that. You know, so
By the way, hey, seriously, the best teammate you've ever had.
Yeah,
the happiest dude ever. Just the best.
Man, we had a great time. Like I said, just dugout days, locker room. Oh my goodness, you know.
God, post game locker rooms were fun.
That's the best.
With Nick on the chair dancing.
I still, man, extra long tights. Yes, I got it. But yeah, man. Like I said, coach calls me out there. I'm telling you, it's about 7th inning. We might be up by 1. Down. We got 2 outs. Lefty on, runners on 2nd and 3rd. Like, okay, if this is not the worst time to bring in someone that's pitching for the first time in 4 or 5 years. All right, I've seen max 5 batters in the last 4 years. You know,
all in practice, all in a simulated game.
Exactly. So, man, I get out there. You know, like I said.
Well, how'd you feel though? Were you like nervous? Were you excited? Were you like...
The thing is that by that time, once I knew I was in there, I was getting ready. Once I was in that bullpen, that's when I was getting myself set, getting myself my mindset ready. But that's when me being in front of all those people at LSU football, that's when that came into play. You know, so wasn't too much worried about the fans on the crowd. I remember the first few pitches or so, everybody fans on the crowd first time. Seeing Chad Jones go to the bullpen, you just hear the crowd just kind of start talking.
You can feel the buzz.
You hear the baby buzz.
The buzz was on the field too at the time.
Everybody just talking. You know, the game's going on, but everybody talking and just really looking in that bullpen. You know, and like I said, I really just got myself loose. Let a few of them just really go to get the jitters out of me in that bullpen, and man, it felt great. You know, hit the mitt. You know, firm. Everything was good, and I'm trying to think who was in there at the time. I don't know who was at the bullpen at the time, but man, getting on that field. I wasn't even worried. Didn't even see anybody else. It was just me and Micah. You know,
Love that. That's a good guy to throw.
And Lil Wayne.
Bro.
And Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne was always there. I'm telling you, he got me through so many things. Lil Wayne and Lil Wayne got me through so many things.
We told the story though. You had money on my mind. You only got 30 seconds as your walkout as a hitter.
Right.
The other part of the song was
He had it timed out perfect for the right part of it.
He did.
Amazing.
We didn't have it timed out perfect in the stadium.
Did not have it timed out for coming out the bullpen 2 minutes in. And he is not. It is unedited.
Unedited. Moms, dads, grandpas, kids, children, women, daughters, the whole 9.
Chicken, birds, cats,
dog, everybody. Man. You know it. Everybody understood what I was all about.
And you got out there.
Got out there and did it. And,
chest bump Buzzy.
Man, chest bump Buzzy, you know, got
really
fired
killed
up.
him.
No, you know what? No, reverse. We had 1 out. So
because you have the infield single.
Yes, they had 1 out. We had 1 out. Pop fly, first batter pop fly to outfield. I remember as if I was still in the outfield. I wound up letting the entire stadium know that we had 2 outs. I held up 2, man. I'm thinking I'm still in the outfield.
In the air, he puts his hands up. 2 outs. You got 2 outs.
I had to make sure everybody knew. But man, you know, after that, man, like you said, it was just lights out. I was just started having fun after that.
Yep.
Got me a strikeout, man, and like I said, after that, it was just all over, man.
God, that was.
Yeah, like I said, the crowd went crazy. You know, I got pumped up, man. Buzzy, you know, always been the first guy to run on out there first for me. But man, I said that's one of my pitching days. Got back reincarnated from high school, man.
Hey, Chad was he was big. So when we hit homers, Chad was out there celebrating with us. Chad was a big put the hand in the pants guy and not let you run through the thing and pull you back. If you go watch, I think in Omaha, if you go find the video of me like hitting the home run, you see the arm sleeve and holding on to my belt, and that's Chad holding on to my belt because he was trying to hold people back. He didn't want anybody to get through.
Man, had a great time, but nothing but the best memories.
That was, man. That was a good season. That was a fun season. And the crazy thing about it is I was 1 year, but we would act like we all played. I'll play with you for 4 years. Yeah. That's how close we got.
You know, it's funny. I never even really asked him that before, but it's kind of funny because I hear people. I get asked all the time, like, how crazy was it playing in Tiger Stadium? I go, look, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. It's loud, like it's really loud, but it's so loud and it's pretty much loud all the time that you become numb to it. Like as if it's not really happening. Yeah. I go playing like baseball at LSU, in Omaha, and because how baseball is, like, it's so unexpected. Yeah. Like I almost felt like those situations were louder and like way more just like amplified. Yeah,
because it's calm, and something
and
happens.
Then it's like
it's
straight eruption. Like it's not loud and then louder. It's just calm and then it's an eruption. I'm like, be honest with you, like I remember like way more like louder and crowd engagement in those situations just because of the nature of the sport.
Definitely.
So it's crazy hearing him basically say the same thing.
Same thing.
I mean?
It's nuts. And I don't think people for me, my whole life, I wanted to run out the tunnel to experience that on the football field,
Right.
because I never get to experience that. Right. But I can see how being on the field and being on the football field, that initial run out, it's one thing. But then once you get there and you kind of feel, it's like, I can see how it flatlines. It's just like a hum.
And you do it all week too. You heard it just being on the baseball field.
Right.
Like we go through the week and we know it's going to be like a big game. There was crowd noise in practice.
Yeah,
there was speakers blaring.
So
it all becomes just very, very run of the mill for you in a way. Kind of. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Like I said, there's nothing to prepare for, on the baseball diamond. You can feel the tension, as the seconds go.
Yeah.
You can feel the true crowd swings, the momentum swings just with the snap of the
There's just something about baseball that's so unexpected. You could have 15 hits in the game as a team, but if it's a big game and it's a playoff game and the crowd's up, getting a hit feels so it's not supposed to happen.
Right.
Same thing as if you're on the other side of it, you play in the outfield and you feel like every strike is like the biggest thing ever. Like, oh my God, he threw another strike.
You're on pins and needles, right?
Yeah, so it's just, there's something about just the nature of how the game goes.
Those last outs in Omaha were like,
oh, it probably
this
felt like
took forever. Come on, let's go. Because we were winning and we're up by 6 or 7 runs. Come on. Let's get, but it's you never felt like you were safe until you got the third out. It was crazy. It's crazy.
There's no tension like baseball tension.
No.
That's the only sport that can do that.
Yeah. And you can feel it.
And
you can feel it. And you can feel it.
One pitch, and you're like, oh boy, something could happen here.
Yeah. As far as football, though, right? Yep. You go back to LSU football for a little bit. You had some big, big moments on the field, right? Obviously, me watching football and appreciating football, your Alabama sack on, was it
John Parker Wilson.
John Parker Wilson, right?
Parker Wilson.
The batted pass against Arkansas in the end zone where the guy was wide open. Was it Arkansas or Mississippi State?
Mississippi State.
Where the guy was wide open behind you, but then you jump up and you bat the ball down. What was your favorite moment that sticks out the most of in your football career?
My favorite moment in my football career, man. It was so compact of what happened in that Mississippi State game. The back end of that Mississippi State game, like I said, had that big punt return, 93 yards. So proud to have that second longest punt return in LSU history. Happy to have that, and did that with my defense on the field. The guys that I kind of. Blood, sweat, and tears. Had my brother on the field blocking for me. Those guys blocking for me to get me to the end zone.
You had Pat P waving you through.
Pat P waving me through. I always like to have fun with this. Patrick Peterson, he's another athletically gifted beast. But I'm telling you, I'm busting my tail, running as fast as I can, and he's just literally looking at me, waving his arm, and I'm trying to run perfect for him. Just driving towards him. But that man, like I said, he's just so fast, and like I said, he led me around there, and like I said, I had that touchdown. But those last 3 defensive plays that we were on the field, made the tackle on the quarterback on the goal line. Then that was the play we were talking about just now, batting that ball down. And then also making the third play in a row. So made the last 3 plays.
You won the game.
Yeah.
So had
game time only.
Game time only, coach.
Game time only.
I mean, for me, it was very synonymous with LSU defense for a 10-year period of really good safety play, and one of the plays that was always in it was a nice safety blitz. So the Alabama sack was very trademark of the LSU and of his career.
Because you always, especially at that point in time, against Alabama, you knew that someone on the defense was going to make some sort of play.
You could go from the Jesse Daniels to the LaRon Landry's to the Craig Stelts to the Curtis Taylors to Chad's.
The safeties
there was a big play that was always a big safety blitz. So seeing that was very synonymous with LSU football at the time. So that was pretty cool.
Definitely, man. Like I said, that's what they so-called say. That's how the West was won. The SEC West that day. But so many plays, man. Playing on the field against Tim Tebow, Percy Harvin.
Well, you knocked down the last pass, didn't you? The Hail Mary?
Did that as well. Playing against certain players. Playing against with the most recent playing against Stafford. When he was came down to LSU, played against him and No-Show Moreno. Like I said,
what year was that?
That was
9. That was the year after we won it in football.
Yeah,
I mean in baseball.
Yeah, like I said, playing those type of games and just certain memories. Going to Kentucky, unfortunately, we lost that game. But had a big interception there. You know, playing the national championship in my hometown, New Orleans, Louisiana. Being able to do that, you know, it's just so many great memories. But I'm telling you, by far by none. Baseball, helmet off, you know, on the mound. Game starts when you start. You know, feeling that pressure.
Yeah, you
being
control it.
Being able to maintain it and also dominate it. You know, nothing else better feeling than that.
Hey, so I don't know if you. So one of my favorite. I guess this is kind of like a credit to how freakishly athletic you are, right? So Chad is 2009. It's our run through Omaha, right? And like you said, Les Miles been on his ass about going back to football. At this point, Les knows, hey, he's not coming right now. He's playing. They're in the postseason. He's doing all this stuff. Well, Chad is supposed to be working out with baseball. So he's telling baseball he's working out with football, and football thinks he's working out with baseball. So he's not working out anytime. But we're on the road all the time in the postseason. And every Thursday you get pizzas. Everybody's got this pizza. So Chad, who's your roommate on the road?
Ooh,
do you remember?
My roommate on the road.
Was it Leon?
Definitely. Yeah, Leon, for sure.
So they're crushing pizzas, right, on the road on Thursday. So Chad, what was your playing weight in football? 225?
232, something like that, 232.
Depends on if I was working out or not.
And so Chad's not working out. So Chad gets on, and so the football team finds out. And this is I'm getting the story secondhand, so you can correct me if I'm wrong.
You got it.
So they find out towards the end of Omaha that Chad has not been working out. So to punish Chad, they call him and say, hey, we were going to give you some time off when you got back, but you got to go do your conditioning test the minute you get home. And we had like our celebration stuff, and their conditioning test is 26 110s. Right. Chad's in the defensive back, so what do you have to run in?
15 seconds.
Under 15 seconds. Right?
Yep.
And Chad's probably, 242?
245. I'm pushing 250.
Chad's like, all right, y'all need me there? I'll be there.
You start seeing the loops wear out on the belt that's going on to the next.
And he shows up, and this man makes every single one of them. And when I heard the story, I was like, damn, this dude's 15 to 17 pounds heavier than his playing weight. And he crushed the 26 110s, not working out one time in the last 2 months. This guy's an absolute freak show.
Because trust me, let me just tell you, running the 26 110s, he can attest to it, bro. We've seen some wild stuff.
I bet.
Oh my gosh.
His brother was one of them. We've seen some wild stuff happen to where it's just like, yo, like it's not easy to do. It ain't easy to do at all.
The big question is, you and your brother got in a fight.
Okay.
Who wins?
Man, my brother's ferocious.
He's the scariest human being I've ever seen.
Ferocious.
Yeah, I know who his brother is. He's the scariest. I didn't want to look at him in the eyes, but he came to our tailgates after the game. Remember, my mom, we have the RV, the party box.
Absolutely.
They'd have the RV, and we would cook, and they all come, and his brother's awesome. But if you don't know him and you look at him, I don't want to look at him in the eyes. I think he's going to eat me. He's scary.
We'll put it like this: he'll be the last person that I ever want to go to war against. But I'm also not in the business of losing either.
That's it. I know.
Did he used to wear the chain link necklace around his neck all the time? Didn't he have
Q-Dog,
big?
Q-Dog, man. Omega Psi Phi.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. Shout out Raheem. Shout out to Raheem.
What's he doing now?
And he's actually just graduated law school, man, from Loyola Law.
Can you imagine him in a courtroom talking to the judge and having the opposing counsel looking at you like, damn, this guy's enormous. He's a lawyer,
sir.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yes, sir. Whatever you say. Yes, sir.
Well,
yes,
hopefully that works out to his benefit. So.
No doubt. That's awesome, though. That's a Loyola Law School. That's a tough place to.
I object.
To graduate from.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Sure. Whatever you want. Okay. Whatever you say.
He knows what he's talking about too.
What do you have? What's your feelings on the new regime change? Well, I guess there's two of them. The regime change in baseball and football.
I'm excited, man. I'm gonna be real nosy this year, so I'm gonna poke my nose around, show face.
Have you met Brian Kelly?
Have not yet. Not yet. So like I said, haven't met anybody yet. Haven't met new baseball staff or new football staff. So like I said, I'm gonna be snooping around and
you gotta go introduce yourself.
Come on now.
Walk in there.
Come on now.
Say what's up. You have any questions for Chad or nothing?
I was going to say, not many people denied Tim Tebow's prayers, and Chad Jones knocked down the Hail Mary. So you're rarefied air up there.
Nice.
Rarefied air.
I might have to take that one from
Boy, how long you been waiting to say that?
That was pretty good,
I thought
man.
about it immediately, but I missed my moment, so I was like, I'm going to bring it back.
That was pretty good.
Not letting this Florida talk go by.
Take that one from you.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
that's yours. My gift to you.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's...
Did you get any questions online?
Oh, we got plenty of questions. I'll go through them real
let's
quick.
go through
not
some
a
of the
problem.
questions.
I got you.
I mean, tell me you'd be looking at the stuff. I'm trying to do
I
both.
was enamored.
Getting distracted.
I was enamored with the chat. Hold on. And then I was looking up Raheem Alim. I got scared. All right, ask CJ, Andrew Messina, if he can take us back to the College World Series when he K'd up Texas and comes off pounding his chest. Just give us the quick run-through of that, if you don't mind. What's going through your mind?
Man, well, like I said, it was just at that point on the back end of the season. I've been to the championship level before, with LSU football, and I knew that being on this team was something special. And I knew what the team did to get there. When I was there, I knew what they did without me. And by me coming back on the team, I was supposed to be an add-on, to get us more successful. So I just came with that intensity and the focus, that I knew I could deliver. But, man, being on the field and to be able to dominate Texas and have the strikeouts, and I was just in my groove, man. Like I said, didn't imagine if anybody was out there with me. Me and Mikey, and just delivering and pumping as hard as I could, throwing every pitch as hard as I could. But when it was all said and done, I was, as you could tell, I was a little excited.
So you should be.
It was my time, and just saw Buzzy.
Great.
So nearly killed the man.
So I guess to build on that, being a part of 2 championships at LSU, 2 different teams, did you or did you not?
Are y'all the only 2 that ever do that in college football?
So they say. I mean, that's not something I ever looked up, but that's what I've heard.
So they say.
That's what I've heard.
Like I said, you never know. They might have somebody in the 60s.
Yeah.
That's
what they say. I don't know.
The best parts of history are unwritten.
Who knows?
So wait, being a part of 2 championships with 2 different teams, characteristic-wise, did you see a lot of similarities between the 2 different teams? Because I have my own take on that as well.
I want to hear that both.
Absolutely. Okay, so my first days walking on the field, training camp with LSU as a football player. I'm talking about you got your Matt Flynn's out there. You got your Glenn Dorsey's. You got your Tyson Jackson, your early Doucettes, real big timers.
How good was that team?
You know what I'm saying? We had real big timers, and being on that field, I knew they had something special. So me coming as the new guy, the young guy, just like anything I've ever been a part of in my life, it's time to prove yourself, Chad. Got to show that you can roll with the big boys. So just coming out there, learning from them. The person who I learned the most from early as a Tiger, it was early Doucette.
Tiger, baby.
Sure, I'm telling you, before he hurt his knee, early was one of the most. Since I played football and kind of see a lot of people, he's one of the best receivers that I've ever seen.
Yeah,
facts.
Freak.
I said, I'm talking about strongest, dominant, speed, ball skills, strongest
ball
hands.
skills, all of it.
Everything. He's overall one of the best receivers that I've ever seen.
One of the best athletes I've ever seen.
Yeah, one of the best athletes first and foremost is what? Didn't he have some basketball scholarships?
Oh, bro, he has some
I
basketball film.
I saw him dunk over Perry Stevenson. He played at Kentucky.
Yeah.
I saw him jump over someone at Westgate.
Exactly. Like I said, I'm on the show. I remember he had crazy basketball scholarships. Him and also Harry Coleman, big time basketball player. But he played LSU football. Yeah. But early was about showed me the ropes, and let me know a little bit real fast. I need to get better. I came in there good. Of course, a little bit of a big head, but with an edge. But early showed me that hey, I need to get a little better, and he showed me the work ethic. I never seen anybody work as hard as Early did. On as a football player. I never seen anybody like that.
And then what about baseball? I compare that to that mentality of football. Did you still see the same thing on the baseball field, with the team, or is it a little different?
First and foremost, coming to LSU, knowing the legacy of what was expected. You come in town. Like I said, this is when the old Alex Box was there. That same sinus in right field. You see all those championships. In such a short period of time. And then you see right next door is Tiger Stadium, and then you see that track field, and you're just looking at all these championships. You're at a place where it deserves hard work. But coming on that field, the name Deponif, the name Lewis Coleman, seeing the big timers, seeing how tall Anthony Renato is in person. You're saying guys, coming from all over. Jared Mitchell, someone I was comfortable with. I knew him already. Leon, I knew him already. Like I said, whoever this big timer got, this guy's name, who is the DJ LeMahieu? Getting there and seeing, getting there.
Like scrawny, skinny.
Who's this guy? Who's Nola? Who's Austin Nola? Like I said, and young guys like you. Hearing these names and and a lot of upside. Players that got drafted out of high school. Turned it down. People that that I would consider that was that was like me. Real supreme high-end athletes, not, because I grew up around it football-wise, but baseball kind of did my own thing. Of course, I did the perfect games and, Atlanta,
Yeah, Cape Cod.
Cape Cod, did all those, USA, Joplin, tryouts.
Yeah.
But, man, being able to know that, hey, this is our team, this is what we could do, us versus them, I knew we had something special. And, like I said, you guys did it already. Blake Dean, you guys, you guys went to the World Series a couple of years before I came on the team, so still had guys there, people that did it already.
Yep.
Senior-based team, and like I said, just feeling that seniority. You could feel
like
Nolan
what
Kane.
was built.
Nolan Kane. Just knowing, some people that have been there. Coming from Turtle Thomas. Just bringing the true championship tradition, and then bam, now they got all this money, brand new stadium. We get to break it in with the type of team that we got. Let's go do it.
I love that.
Let's go do it.
Do you think that y'all played baseball with a football mentality a little bit?
No
because
doubt.
when you talked about the celebration, the trying to get through the huddle,
No
it looked
doubt.
very football, and you played high school football very good. Obviously, you have two guys that played college football. So always watching from 1,000-foot view, it felt like the way that you played baseball was almost with a football mentality.
We had 7 high school quarterbacks on our team, right? We went to a post-game party at Lewis Coleman's house during the postseason.
Right.
And we all brought our highlight films, and Chad sat down and had to grade our highlight films of the quarterbacks. I was number one. Outside the one that didn't play football because they couldn't be on there.
We weren't on it.
Stuff.
They weren't on it. They couldn't be on it because they never played
that.
football. They said we were drunk, of course.
Right.
And we're of age. We weren't underage.
Okay.
And we bring the highlight films to each other. Says, hey, y'all bring the film. Let's put some tape on there.
Bring
Let's
the
see.
film on.
Yeah, let's put the film on. Let's see.
Hey, tape don't lie. I and Scott don't lie.
Yep, nice. That's when I noticed that, hey, Mikey is a true athlete. Outside of this thing we call baseball.
It is funny though, because I remember the whole thing went the team we had on the football side of it, and then the team we had on the baseball side of it. You would have they didn't hang out together, right?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't beef or anything. They didn't hang out together, but they were so alike on both sides. It was just a whole bunch of the same like minds, thinking the same way, acting the same way, doing the same type of things. And I was for me, that allowed me to understand right then and there what winners do, how winners are. I'm
Exactly.
seeing that, and especially going through professional ball and seeing so much of that, I'm the teams that I've been on that have been close to that have been successful teams. You know what I mean? And that's just
I think that's why you see a lot of the crossovers. So you friends like LaFell and all those guys that you're friends with, all the guys that you're friends with, and when we cross paths, there's no
it's a
wondering.
mutual
It's all
respect.
everybody fits in. Everybody hangs out, and there's no problem because everybody has the same like-minded, the like-mindedness. And everybody has that same mentality and the mutual respect of damn, all right, you did the same thing I did, just in a different sport.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is a kind of a cool thing to do, and that's how you build a winning culture within an organization, not just one sport, but through all the sports here. I think that's the coolest. That's the coolest thing. Last question before I let you go.
I've got a couple more.
Okay, you go for it.
I would say, there's rumors
Oh.
that Paul Maneri wanted you to chop the dreadlocks of doom.
Ha 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 ha! Yes, there was. It was this dreadlocks of doom and the facial hair. Okay, very true. So yes, there was a time. This is before everything. This is before he even seen me do any type of playing at all. Okay, I think after a batting practice or two, and me actually playing a game or two, showing that I can actually play a little ball. He kind of,
Loosened up
on the rules because he noticed that I was. So it all came back to I was
Hate to
on
get
football
started off on the wrong
scholarship.
foot,
Right.
Yeah.
I was on football scholarship, so football scholarship rules. Okay, so that's really what it came down to. So I was in code. So first and foremost, but like I said, but Coach Maneri, I'm telling you, he treated me, like I said, me coming in and out the team and coming in late and kind of doing stuff out of the traditional ways of I'm not sure how he would do things. The way that he was treated to me, the way he coached me, by bar none, I'm a great coach. I'm one of the better coaches that I've had in my lifetime. So like I said, I got a lot of respect for Paul Maneri. Put me in great positions to win. Put me in positions to prove myself. And like I said, I came out on top of them. So hats off to Coach Maneri, man.
Shout out to P Money.
Shout out to P
Who
Money.
gave him P money?
We all did.
It was like a mutual thing. I don't know. It was crazy.
It's just kind of like I don't even know.
I think for a long time he didn't even know we called him that either.
Yeah, that was something we just in the ping pong, playing ping pong, in the back, just P Money out there.
Yeah, I don't know who came up. I mean, somebody had to say it first.
Yeah.
And like, if I was willing to bet, it'd probably be someone along the lines of like Sean or someone like that.
Sean or Buzzy or something.
Yeah, someone that was like pretty witty, creative.
Yeah, that sounded like Ochinko all day, putting a little money on it. P Money for sure. My God.
Oh, go ahead.
If it came down to it, and he said you have to cut your hair or you can't play baseball.
Man, like I said, make a long story short, man, I would have cut my hair.
Nice,
I love the game. Like I said, it really isn't that important to me, hair wise. As a young.
But you kept the same look since college, right?
Well, I said I had a full head. I tried to kind of clean it up
similar,
a little bit.
not.
The young me.
The Reds did make you cut it, right?
Now, yes. Now the Reds. Now they had a rookie just a rookie rule. Your hair couldn't cover up your hair couldn't touch your jersey. And my hair was well past my name touching my numbers, So they compromised when they asked me if I could trim it more so, And I was just so happy and so excited and was so ready to be a professional athlete, because I've been through a lot at that time.
Yeah.
It really didn't matter. I was like, I'm not trimming it. I'm cutting it off. Brand new me, brand new look. But as time came after that first haircut. The real me started coming back, and I started growing that hair back ASAP. So I've had hair. I've had dreads. I had locks about 3-4 times throughout. Man.
Love that. All right, so my last question, and we're gonna get you out of here. You can wait till we're probably gonna have a couple segments after this, but it's not gonna be long. You can either leave, stay, whatever. But I watched you because you were a year before me, a year before me. Because football fall, I came in that next fall. You're a year ahead of me in that. But I watched the Arkansas game when you almost killed yourself and the receiver.
Alrighty.
Right?
Yeah.
To me, that is probably the biggest hit that I've seen you have in really college football. It seemed like you got the worst of that, though.
Well, I'm saying I was strongly feel the other way. First and foremost, Joe Adams was about $185, $190, so wet. Okay,
his helmet weighed $185.
Yeah,
right. So like I said, he caught a forearm. He caught a mean forearm first, then the shoulder, then the helmet. His helmet exploded. I think he kind of lost where he was. He was kind of walking into the ground a little bit, but. Man, he definitely caught the brutal end of it. But, man, a lot of people think that was my head. I actually sprained my meniscus
on that
play. Yeah.
Wow.
I actually sprained my meniscus. That's why I was on that ground because my leg was numb. I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, because it looked like I thought it was like you knocked the wind or something. Like I thought you couldn't breathe.
Yourself out.
Yeah, but it was a knee.
lot of people thought that like I said, it was my head. I was woozy. I knocked the wind out of myself, but it was just most on my knee. I was just getting there we go. Joe Adams.
That's a clean hit.
I'm telling you. It was my forearm hit him first. First contact.
Look at how big that helmet is, bro.
Those uniforms.
That was the new type of helmets, like the Revolution type of helmets, not those shut helmets. But man. I said he definitely caught. I was 236 right there, 232.
Playing free safety.
Changed the game too.
Just running through dudes.
But if I didn't make that play, if I didn't make that collision, he was in the end zone. He caught it. We would have been losing. My last home game. Like I said, that was my brother's last home game, our senior's last home game. So put it on the line for the upperclassmen.
You still have that helmet?
I actually do. Yes, I do have that helmet. You know, and I have
They didn't wear it.
I have that whole uniform. Hang
That was a clean uniform.
I have that home
That was a
uniform. The
clean
pants,
uniform.
the jersey, the helmet.
Joe Adams' blood all over it.
The whole nine. The whole nine. Yes, indeed.
Well, dude, thank you so much, bro. I know we've been talking about this for a few weeks. I'm glad we finally got to do it. You know who that was? Sure you did?
And I don't know his name, but I do know.
He knows yours.
He definitely knows my name. He knows
Hey, look. Wow, this man jumped right back up, though. He didn't know where he was at.
He said, "Oh no."
But
And I think that still opens up Friday Night Lights out here in Baton Rouge. High
Does
school
it?
football.
Yeah.
I
Love
still
that.
believe.
It should. It should never leave.
But yeah, man. Like I said, brought my son with me. Wanted him to
Yeah,
meet
man.
you guys.
Yeah.
You know,
Look, you don't remember me, but you were running around the locker room when you were just a little bitty boy. You ain't little bitty no more.
I like to see you the same size, but no, not really.
Nope.
Way bigger.
Nope.
man,
I'm glad you got to come in, man. Your
Yes.
dad's
And
special,
he's
bro.
a football player in his own right.
Yeah,
is
he's
he
a football
not?
player. He's in 8th grade right now. Moving in 9th grade next year.
What position? What position you play? Linebacker. That's a
Yeah, he's
great
actually
linebacker.
he's just moving to Baton Rouge, so he actually actually gonna be going to Southern Lab.
Hey,
Following
follow
his
his
footsteps,
footsteps.
right? So yeah, we're gonna make that official today. So today's
what's
a good
up,
day.
man.
Today's
Nice.
a
It
good
is
day.
a good day, man. That's a scary 8th grade linebacker coming at me.
I'm
There you
good.
go.
I'm not happy with that. I ain't lowering my shoulder. I'm gonna go and slide.
Race to the sideline.
Yeah,
There you go.
Race to the sideline.
race you there. I'll get out of
Brian
bounds.
Kelly, are you watching? Brian Kelly, are you here?
You'll hear about him.
Class of,
There you go.
class of 20.
True. What is that?
Was he 8th grade this year?
8th grade this year,
Grade.
class of 27, so 26.
2026. Class of 2026.
There you go.
Middle linebacker.
You'll hear about him. Let's go.
go,
Tigers.
baby.
Let's
Get
do
ready.
it.
There you go.
Let's do
Get
it.
it done.
Chad, bro, I love you, bro. Thank you so much.
Man, I appreciate
We
you
gotta
guys
get you. We'll get
having
you
me,
back
man.
on at some point.
Definitely.
Talking football,
Definitely.
talking baseball, doing something
Let's
over
get
the
the
summer.
season going.
Yeah.
What's going on, and bring
We'll
me
get
on
you-
back,
we'll get
man.
you-
We got plenty of other stories to tell.
Oh,
People
we
don't
have.
know.
We didn't even
on
touch
now.
on the
They
story.
don't understand, dude. We could literally sit here all day. Like that's the kind of bond we
Wonderful
have.
time.
Our
and the stuff that we
Rufinos
were able to
dinner
do.
that we used to do.
Oh my God, bro.
If we videoed that would get
Yep.
views, thousands and thousands.
That would blow
of
up.
views.
Great
Yeah,
time.
100%.
the stories and stuff that we get. Some of them probably
R.I.P.
can't
Ruffin.
tell.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Ruffin.
R.I.P. Ruff.
Definitely.
Yeah,
And some of those stories definitely can't be told.
definitely cannot be told.
Come on,
They
man.
can't reach
Yeah.
the air. They can't reach the airways.
Only at night.
Man, God, we didn't talk about the fair catch. We didn't talk about when you got picked off at first. Like, there's so many.
Oh my goodness,
so
man.
many-
Floating.
I forgot about that one. I'm telling you, we could do this for a long
I
time.
know.
That's what we got him back.
I know.
It's
We'll
all
have
good.
him back. We'll have him back. We'll have part
him
2,
back.
and it'll
There
just
you
be
go.
story
There
time.
you
It'll be
go.
Chad Jones story time.
There you go.
All right, we're gonna take a little bit of break. We'll come back. We have a couple segments. We didn't even get to our betting segment. We're gonna get that to the end. We're gonna let Chad get out of here or stay, whatever he wants to do. Thank y'all for staying with us. Thank y'all for asking questions. And you're watching Mik'd Up. We'll be right back.